Not exactly the video content I was hoping to produce today. But you threw a track in your middle of the woods. This is your best strategy. Alright. So I'm gonna have to go get some tools because I've not gone to the drug yet. This is a good little hike down here. But the easiest way to do this is to get your butt end off the ground. And then I'm gonna go get a tool. I'm gonna open the eyesight glass. And I'm gonna take the grease out. The problem is that I don't know if I have enough grease to repack it. So we're gonna try. I don't have a lot of grease, but I got a little. Okay. So you take it out until it starts to give, and you push it in, and then you can move this back onto this front idler and this back idler. So it's already on the sprocket. The idea now is to loosen the grease out, push that in, slide it onto the back, and slide it onto the front. Hopefully I've gotten off the ground enough, but that's the idea. I'll be right back with tools. All right, I'm back with tools. See if we can't get this bad boy fixed. I think it was a 10 mil. Let's check. Yeah, that looks right. 10 millimeter on this Case TL100. 10 millimeter gets you visual. I just put grease in here, is the annoying part. Literally, I just greased these before this job. But running through the woods, that's gonna happen sometimes. You just gotta live with it, and you gotta know how to fix it. So if you haven't had to fix these on your machine, good for you. But I don't remember, there's a this is that wonky thing I got on the tripod. Let's see here. This. So in here, this nut has got to be loosened all the way until the grease pulls out, and you can push that in. If you don't loosen it all the way, then it won't release your tension. There's no halfway loosening. I think my book says quarter turns or something like that. It doesn't work. I wish it did. So I'm gonna see if I can't get this thing loose. All right. A little smaller than that. Oh wow, that whole cylinder. That's weird. I don't remember that in the case before. Sorry, I know this isn't a very good visual, but there we go. All right, here we go. Because supposedly, if you quarter turn it according to the book, that'll start to go. But at least in my limited, unfortunate experience, that's not sufficient. See, nothing. But if you keep going until she's open, see, nothing. You gotta go all the way, I think. Anyway, I'm trying to go slower this time. Last time I did this, I just said screw it. Okay. So you take this thing all the way out. Okay. And then, well, in theory, you give that a push. And last time I did this, all the grease squirted out of the ends. I don't know why we're not moving now, because all it took last time. Literally was able to push it with my hand last time. have this problem once you have that thing all the way out. I don't know if it's just banjoed in here too tight. So, still get a rock bar. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how exactly I got it in this position, but it's not a good one compared to last time I did this. There we go. See, she's moving ever so slightly. I'm not trying to damage anything, just really gentle taps. Left taps till you can get the... Yeah, all the grease is squirting out again. But we're getting there. The more in you go, the more grease you got to put back in. It's the only down part. But the more grease you do it, or the more... I don't really recommend the hammering. So, if you have an option to do it, don't hit it with the bug rock bar. But last time I did this, I was able to just push on it. Maybe I'm to a point now where I can. Yeah, see, now that I got her free, it was just, I think, the track was just bound up on it a little. Might be all of it right there. No. If the first time you do this, it takes you an hour, don't feel bad, because I think the first time I did it, my phone was dead. It took me like 2. Because the manual was wrong about how to get it back on. So, you want it all the way off the ground so you can freely move the track to where it needs to be. Right? That's the idea. Get this track where it's supposed to be, generally lined up. Here. There's other guys who have better ways to do this, I'm sure, but this is generally what works for me. Okay, so you gotta find your own way too, but this is in the woods, real life, not sitting in the pavement, not in a parking lot, not at home. This is, oops, I lost my track in the middle of the woods, and now I need to get it back on kind of stuff. Okay, I actually need the back end probably an inch or 2 higher. But we'll get her. You know, we're gonna work on it. So everything I've ever heard is front idler first, back idler second. Honestly, should have caught it before it got to this stage, but here we are. Yep. If I can get that track to walk forward just a fuzz, I might have to do a little jimmy in there. should be able to pull from the bottom. Yep. So there we go. Now we're talking. All right. Oh, drone. I got that one done. See if we can't get enough of an opening on the back one. Huh? And then once they're both on, you gotta put grease back on. But I've lost a lot, so hopefully I got enough. Otherwise, it's getting pretty late in the day, and I'm just gonna have to hustle tomorrow. Turn it on and let the nose get down on the ground. Now, something you can do, you need the nose on the ground, off the ground. You can do something similar. Now, problem is, I don't think I got this thing lined up good enough yet. Go get the grease gun. Okay, by the way, the machine guy yell at you a lot because you have to press and hold that little button a whole bunch of times, usually, to get the positioning just right. But at the end of the day, to get this on, you have to lift up the back end and the front end enough to where both idlers are off the ground. Don't be an idiot like me and try to put the grease zerk in and into the cylinder. are on the ground, but you didn't put them on because it's hard to reach in there and feel what you need to feel. Sometimes you just gotta get dirty. Make sure you have the greaser pointed towards you so you actually refill it. And I know I'm low on grease, so I'm low on grease. Don't go to a rural, remote job without a tube of grease. But there. I just gotta refill it with grease now. I just gotta get this thing tight and then refill it with grease. I'm almost there.
Oh, getting a video of it. Good job.
Yeah, well, last time I had my phone out when it happened, and then my phone died because it was that one job I had to hit.
Crap.
I just got it turned, but I didn't even make a full pass down there. I was just trying to get this little area here cleared.
Okay, so there's a heck of a lot of just narrow long, and I can't find where the culvert is from that side.
Yeah,
so,
you gotta stay pretty tight to that fence on the
that's what
side.
I was seeing. I whipped out the drone to see where we were at.
I know we got a long way to go yet, but yeah. I think we can do pretty fast tomorrow.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna be the key, is hopefully being quick tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know, what time did I text you?
20 minutes ago. He's back too.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like, great.
Yeah, he saw me drive down here, then he's probably like, where is he going?
Well, then I just cut across the field. And...
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably like, what in the world are these boys doing?
These boys are trying to fix a problem before it gets worse.
Yeah.
And it's starting to get cooler again. Which is good, I guess.
Which is good, because this wouldn't have happened if it was still as cold as it was this morning. Probably wouldn't have lost this one. Now, the real problem is that I don't know how much grease I have here. So I'm hoping I got enough to get the tension where I want it. And I already told YouTube, I was like, don't go to a rural location without a full tube of grease, because this takes a lot. It's not like greasing other bearings. It's come
on.
Oh, there it goes. All right, let's go, baby. Oh, I'm out. That's it. That's all I got. Darn it. Just find out if Casey's got a tube of grease.
Yeah, okay.
Because I'd like to at least have it back on there. Doggone it. Doggone it. I don't. All right, let me go get some more. I knew it. Out of grease. All right, and we're back. And we're back with more grease. Now it's just about going until the tension is good. So it does take quite a lot of grease. And so, you can see we're making good contact now. Now there's a prescribed amount in the book. Reality is, it's, at least for my grease gun, I think it only has so much oomph. Probably need to change the battery right now, honestly, but we're gonna, doesn't really look like I'm getting too much more out of that. We're still going. So you can see it's closing that gap. You want it to really make contact there. And I should have probably done a better job cleaning the mud out of the track, but you know, here we are. I can still see there's a line here where it's really obvious on this end. I don't know if that's visible on camera. There's a line here that you kind of watch, because you can tell generally kind of where the factory tension is. So we're getting really there. I mean, we could set her down and we could run for a while. I'm almost out of battery. I can tell that the wall is like the other one. That's pretty good. Not a lot of slack, just a little gap there, which is correct. You're supposed to have a very small gap there, and that should be good. So it takes a lot of grease. Now you just gotta get your bolt back on and you're pretty much in business.